Hey there guys, Tim Heineck with TeamRep.com, and I got a special motivational video and message for you today, and this is based on something that I've been going through over the past several weeks. And this is all about learning how to take it easy on yourself. And the experience that I've been going through, I tend to hold myself to a very high standard, especially when it comes to my health and fitness. I'm a Beachbody coach. I'm trying to be an example for other people, so I feel like sometimes that I need to be perfect for them. I need to do these programs exactly the way they're set out and not show any vulnerabilities or anything like that. And a lot of times that can kind of take the joy out of the process. It can actually get in the way of my results and even my efforts while I'm doing it. And I'll give you an example. With Insanity Asylum, which I've been doing, I would get to a point, depending on schedule, or maybe I had an injury that actually stopped me in the middle of the program. Regardless of these things that were true obstacles that were slowing me down, I would think to myself, I should be doing this perfectly. And so when I would come back to the next workout, I would always feel like, okay, I'm a day behind. And I'd keep that little message of failure in the back of my mind while I was going about the next one. And so not only would it take my joy and my focus away from the current workout, but being that I lost focus, it made it to where I didn't do as well with the workout. I couldn't focus on the motions. I'm too busy in my head thinking, you're a day behind, you're not doing as well. Oh, you'd probably be doing this more, you'd have more agility in this movement had you not missed a day. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to do to yourself. And I know there's some of you out there that think the same way that I do. There's probably more of you than you'd like to admit. We tend to want to do things perfectly on the first try, and it can be hard to be nice to ourselves and to take it easy on ourselves through the process if things don't go exactly to plan. And that's my main message for you here today, is learn how to take it a little easier on yourself. Give yourself a little bit more leeway when you get into a new challenge. Having a challenge there and doing your best to stick to it, those are important things, and they're great for motivation, and they're great for getting you results. Because if you go a little too lax, obviously, you lose momentum. But that being said, there's got to be some room in there for when you have a really bad day, or maybe you had to work 14 hours when you didn't realize you were going to, and you were planning on working out after work, and by the time you get home you're just exhausted. To try to jump into something like Insanity or Insanity Asylum at that point would be really running your body down and ultimately setting you back further. So you've got to take it easy on yourself for several reasons. One, for the joy of what you're doing, for making a point to be present with what you're doing, and focusing on what you're doing. If your thoughts are somewhere else while you're doing the workouts that you should be doing better, or that you're behind, or whatever else is cramming your psyche with just misinformation and bad information, then you're not going to be focusing on the thing that you're doing in the present. Therefore, you're not going to be able to push as hard. You're not going to get the kind of results that you want because you're not pushing as hard. And it's going to make you more bitter with the process overall, because now you're tired. You're also flogging yourself to do more than you're actually capable of doing at that moment. You're not enjoying the process, nor are you getting the results that you want, so that makes you feel even worse about the whole thing, that maybe there's something wrong with you. And there is nothing wrong with you. It's just that you need to learn to take it a little easier on yourself. That's it. So in that, you might want to say, well, that's great, Tim, but how do I take it easier on myself? Well, one suggestion for this is, say you're doing a program like P90X, okay? 90-day program. It's on a calendar that shows you each workout to do on which specific day. You can set that out and say, okay, here's my start date, so if I do exactly 90 days the way it's planned, I'm going to finish on this date. Maybe give yourself 100 days to finish that out. Just in case there's a week or something comes up where you get injured or you get sick or something like that pushes you back a little bit. If you already hold yourself to high standard and you already beat yourself up for any kind of perceived failure in the process, giving yourself a little bit more leeway from the very beginning can help you take it a little easier on yourself if you have a setback or you have a day where you didn't do so good. So you're like, well, you know what? I'm still within the time frame. I missed a day today, but that's okay. I'll pick it up tomorrow. I'm still on the time frame for doing 100 days or 110 days or whatever you deem is a good amount of time, okay? Try to stick to the calendars as best you can, but if you know that you're going to wind up flogging yourself if you fall off path even just slightly, then maybe you give yourself that little bit of buffer, that little extra breathing room, just so that You can take it a little easier on yourself in the process. You can enjoy the process a little bit more, stress yourself out less, and focus more on what you really need to be doing. So that's what I got for you today. If you have other questions or comments about this video, please post them up in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Have a great day, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.